That's your corner. Yep, see, you fit right there. That's your corner. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Penguini channel. I'm Penguini. And today is going to be a discussion on a lot of different books. I'm still going to pull something from the Greek myths books that I have been pulling from, which is this one and the Greek Mythology 101. But I have others that are in store. I also have the reference shelf that I'm going to pull from today. I'm going to grab a couple sections in here, only because copyright laws on YouTube have forbade me from sometimes reading some of the material that I want to read from these books. So I have that one in store. I also have my favorite, Love and Relations, Normality and Pathology by Otto F. Kernberg. I have been waiting for this book for a while. I might pick a couple chapters from here to read out loud. And Otto Kernberg, man. So glad I finally am able to read your book. Next, I have YouTube videos, which might just be my personal one, so still, I might try to read it. After that, there's Information Doesn't Want to Be Free, which is another data book about how information, information in the digital age, like copyright laws and everything. It's just another data book, so I'll take some chapters from this as well. And then we have hold on, let me see if I can safely remove this. The Encyclopedia to Everyday Law. I might actually pull up a couple of these laws about copyrights and everything if I get too bored. But again, these are all borrowed by the public library, so thank you, Cesar Chavez. Alrighty, for tonight's discussion, I was flipping back and forth between which ones that I want to do, and it was either between doing the Rape of Persephone or it was between reading a few sections from Eurydice. And I kind of want to do Eurydice and do a full deep dive of her character and discussion, only because Eurydice, I got some beef with that girl. That girl, she's in a lot of trouble. Eurydice goes through a tale that is old as time and that a lot of people who are Greek bluffs know about. And so she's mentioned in this one, but she is not mentioned in this one, or at least briefly. Eurydice and Orpheus is mentioned. So let me see if I can find Eurydice. Also, today in therapy, we learned about our appreciation jar. So I decided to pick myself up just a clear plastic jar from Dollar Tree. And I was going to write some quotes that I like from the Greek mythology, or write an affirmation. I might get some of these pre-cut real quick. But yeah, that was the point of that. And if I get a viewer, then the viewer would get the option to add to the appreciation jar. I think I'm going to call it Madison's Jar of Appreciation. How does that sound? Mm-hmm. Sounds splendid. All right. See how we're doing. Oh, and the camera quality will get better. I did order a better camera. It's just not going to come until tomorrow. So we have to deal with this for now. But hey, this isn't so bad. I mean, it's a little fuzzy and it's kind of hard to see me at some point, but at least vocally, it's clear. Oh, I forgot to put my GoFundMe up here. Let me put my GoFundMe up real quick. There we go. Oh, and And I'm also editing an intro video to put at the beginning of my YouTube channel. So hopefully I'll have that for me as well. Just trying to get a couple of these ready. But today in therapy, I had the wonderful honor of being basically the most talked student. I was the one that was asking the most questions, I feel. And today I feel I strived to the goals that I wanted to achieve. I didn't feel like I was held back in any way, shape, or form. And it actually felt really good to talk in class. I am usually a talker in general anyways, because I go on rambles and different tangents all the time. But being able to slow down the brain process and slow everything down, yeah, it gets you places. And it also got me a discussion with this really amazing instructor that was there, Jared. So if Jared ever sees this, hi Jared. Didn't mean to be mean to you. I say didn't mean to be mean only because I felt that there were questions that weren't being answered and conversations weren't going anywhere. So I tried leading the group discussion, being like, yeah, let's discuss more about wise man. Yeah, let's discuss more about the wise mind. Yeah, let's discuss more about reasonable and what the emotional mind and what the wise mind, the middle path is. And after I stepped in and after we got on a track where I knew my audience and I made a connection with one of the other Patreons that was in the group therapy, I started talking about video games. And once I started talking about video games, conversation flew like wildfire. So that just goes to show that knowing your audience, that's the key. My parents took me out to dinner tonight as well too, and we were also talking about comedians at some point because my sister knows somebody who's a comedian, and I didn't really fully agree with some of the things that she was saying. I mean, I think comedy is subjective, so I don't know. I don't feel that it's necessarily, a big thing. But, all right. So I have a couple strips for my little mason jar. And again, if anybody wants to, they can request an affirmation to be put in here. And maybe I'll type out a thing for that. I will add request an affirmation to be put in the jar. At pen. Put in the jar. Oh, hey, look, it says I have one viewer on Twitch. Hi, viewer on Twitch. Alrighty, so here we go. Let's find Eurydice. Now, remember, I may struggle with the reading process of this, so don't kick me in the butt yet. But Eurydice. Gods of Love, Tales of Troy. Oh, it was Oedipus, not Eurydice. Oh, well, I thought they had Eurydice in here. No, they don't have Eurydice in here. Introduction of Adventures of Thebes. Thebes finds his father. Here comes the truth. Blah blah blah. There's the Muses. Hang on. Where did I see Eurydice? I think Eurydice is in this book, and they only mention her like for a second, and that's what pisses me off. Let me see. Gia, Poseidon, Hades, Hestia, Demir, Athena, the Judges of the Dead, Apollo, which Apollo might be my second option because I know there's an Apollo in here. And if you guys are not familiar with the story of Apollo and Hyacinth, it's the cutest gay story in Greek history of all time, which I can't wait to share with you guys, but we will get there. Let me see. Eurydice. Huh. I thought I saw Eurydice in here. Oh well. Well, I think I'll do Apollo. Apollo's on page 119. I can mark these books because I own them. I won't mark the library books because I don't own the library books. But we're going to do Apollo for tonight. And he's on 119. So, let me go to 119 real quick. I should. 119, 17, 119. Alright. Gods of the Muse. Let me grab my water real quick and I'll read Apollo. Okay. I hope my one Twitch viewer is not the viewer from is not me, because that would be really embarrassing. But Penguin. Yep, I saw the right Penguin. All right, Apollo. Apollo was smart and good-hearted and mighty Olympian, but even better, he was tall, dark, and handsome. The ancients usually depicted Apollo as an ideal of masculine beauty. He was tall and muscular, with the charm of with the charm of youth and long and slightly long curly hair. Even though he was physically attractive, the young god was often unlucky in love and suffered numerous rejections. Never fear, though, he had his share of numerous successes as well. Apollo was highly skilled in many fields of endeavor. He was the god of archery, fine arts, music, religious purity, prophecy, medicine, and eloquence. Though his sister was associated with all wild animals, Apollo had a few select animals as his companions. Most often he was linked with the wolf, even though he was a shepherd and the protector of shepherds and their flocks. He was also connected to the deer. He was also connected with the deer and with several species of birds, including crows, vultures, swans, and kites. What's a kite again? I'm thinking the thing that flies in the sky, but I know for a fact it's not that, so we'll Google it later. But let me add that to the taskbar, Googling what a kite is, and making sure I know what the difference between a kite and any other bird is. Apollo was an admirable deity, one to be respected and appreciated. Yet, like his sister, of all the gods, he could also be harsh. For example, Apollo did not hesitate to commit murder to defend his mother's honor. He also sent plagues to cities that defied him. And as the god of medicine, he could inflict illnesses as well as cure it. Although he wasn't quick to take revenge on his sister, as his sister was, Apollo suffered no insults. Musically gifted. Several myths highlight Apollo's artistic gifts, partly in his role as the god of music. The Olympians themselves recognize Apollo's music virtuosity and the love to lounge around Mount Olympus listening to Apollo play his lyre. The one myth tells that Apollo's music genius is the story of Marissa's and a sire from Perigaya. When Marissa found we're going to do this. For words that I can't pronounce, we're going to already have this is what I usually do whenever there are words that I can't pronounce because I'm dyslexic. I'm going to share screen to translate. Yep. All right. The word is Marsys.
Marsyas.
Marsyas. Marsyas from Phrygia.
Phrygia.
Phrygia. Marsyas from Phrygia. There we go. So, Marsyas from Phrygia. There we go. So, continuing on, one myth tells that Apollo's musical genius is the story of Marsyas, a sire from Phrygia. When Marsyas found a double flute that Athena had thrown away, he began to play it. He thought that the flute produced the loveliest sound he had ever heard, and he was willing to bet that its music was even sweeter than Apollo's. So he challenged Apollo to a music contest. Apollo accepted Marsyas' audacious challenge. They set some ground rules and selected the muses as judges, and agreed that the winner could do as he chose with the loser. Apollo would play his lyre, and Marsyas would play his flute. Athena and the double flute. So Athena had invented this flute played in a banquet on Mount Olympus, but Aphrodite and Hera made fun of the way her cheeks puffed out as she played, and the other gods laughed so hard that Athena was compelled to see for herself. She played her flute, looking at her reflection in a stream, and was disgusted by the way it distorted her face. In anger, she cursed the flute and cast it away. That's some backstory on the flute. During the first phase of the competition, both played equally well. The muses declared a draw, which spurred Apollo to tilt things on his own favor. Apollo challenged Marsyas to play his instrument upside down. It was possible to play a lyre this way, but not a flute. Marsyas lost that round. Some various on the music context existed. In one, Marsyas actually won the first round, and Apollo, desperate to avoid defeat, did his own upside-down trick. In another, Apollo won by singing as he played another feat Marsyas could not accomplish while playing the flute. Apollo chose a severe punishment. He hung Marsyas from a pine tree and skinned him alive. Oh my God, Apollo. Just because the dude wanted to play a flute better than you? This game was rigged from the start anyways, so he hung Marsyas from his skin and skinned him alive. Some myths say that the sire's blood and tears, or possibly the tears of his friend, formed the river Marsyas. Other myths say Apollo later regretted the harsh way he treated and defended his defeated opponent, so he broke his own lyre and turned the Saire into a river. Wow. So, yeah, that's Apollo. A little bit of a sourpuss, if you don't mind me saying. There's more chapters on Apollo, and then we get to Dionysus. I'm not sure if you guys know Dionysus, but Dionysus is the god of partying and fun and drinking and wine, so pretty sure a lot of people would like Dionysus. But we're going to continue on. It goes to Apollo the Playboy. Apollo never married, but like most of the other Olympians, he had numerous affairs, producing several children. Here are some of his most famous amorous successes. Apollo had a love affair with Coronis from Artemis, whom Artemis killed for marrying a mortal man. Coronis' son by Apollo was Asclepius. We're going to learn to pronounce these names. So this was
Phrygia.
Now, the son of Apollo and this girl, Coronis. Coronis. So between Apollo and Coronis, their child was named this. Eius.
Asclepius.
Asclepius. Now you know why I struggled with the words. So it reads Apollo's love affair with Conorius, whom Artemis killed for marrying a mortal man. Conorius' son by Apollo was
Asclepius.
Asclepius. So there we go. Probably going to keep that up just for the sake of being able to still read it. Let's do it like this. Yeah, I like that better. Okay. Chione, who visited by both Hermes and Apollo in the same night, had a son from each union. With Apollo, she had Philemenon, who became a great musician. The wind is raging outside. Serene was watching his father's flocks when a lion attacked. She wrestled the lion. Apollo saw the act of courage and fell in love. Together they produced two sons, Artisius and Idiom, which I think is actually Greek for idiot. But he had two more sons. Oh my god. This dude never stops. Where does it come to him with it? Or is it not Apollo and Hyacinth? Who's the Greek god with that fell in love with the mortal Hyacinth? Let me get my Google out real quick. Hold on. Apollo did fall in love with Hyacinth. Okay. So when do we get to the gay? That's what I'm here for. The gay. But again, Apollo's a playboy, so alright, continuing on. Apollo had a trust with Rebecca, the wife of the king Pram, and their love affair produced a son called Troilus. He has a lot of sons, Apollo. So then why did he want Persephone? I don't know, but we'll get to that in a little bit. What's this? Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay. Back to you. I really want to know who my one streamer is. Well, if you guys want to comment. For now, while we're paused, let's write down our first affirmation. So, I want this affirmation to say, or maybe it should be called Madison's Thoughts. Apollo is a playboy. Let's write it. Let's put the date. 3/9/23. There, I put Apollo is a playboy. I put Apollo is a playboy with too many kids, like most gods. Sign, dated, and maybe I should put the time on it too. It is 10:06 p.m. Alrighty. Now, In the jar it goes. Madison's thoughts. Okay, so continuing on. Apollo's Playboys. Apollo was closely associated with the arts, so it was no surprise that one of his lovers was a muse, Thylla, who ruled comedy and idyllic poetry. Their children were Corbianites, male followers of the nature goddess of Celeb. Another muse, Ura, also had an affair with Apollo. Ura was a muse of astrology and astronomy, and her union with Apollo produced two sons, Linus and Orpheus. What? Orpheus? Oh, for Orpheus' dad. What? Hold on. Apollo is Orpheus' dad? Both grew up to be famous musicians. I did not know. Well, I knew his mother was a muse. I did not know that his father was Apollo. Huh. You learn something new every day. Orpheus, my heart is yours. Always wants to, never will be. Okay, well, let's take a pause in here and let me stop sharing my cheating. Okay. And then Aphrodite, which is a goddess. Let's put a pin right here for this book, and let's find Apollo in this book. My big book of epic myths. There's the punishment of Apollo. Oh, okay, that sounds like a good one. Orpheus and Eurydice, so myths of love and courage. There we go. That's where I found it. Okay, well, we're actually going to do the punishment of Apollo, though. So let's read a little bit of the introduction, and if the introduction has anything to do with Apollo, I'll keep reading. But for now, I'm really interested in the punishment of Apollo, which is 421. Yeah, 421. 421. Loves of Apollo. Here we go. Punishments of Apollo. Okay. Let's go to first the introduction. Okay. So, this is the introduction page of the crimes and punishments. Not sure how well you can see that, but again, I'll find a better camera. Crime and punishment introduction. The gods were nothing if not vengeful, as they have been seen repeatedly in the Greek epics, and as any suggestion of hubris or irrelevance of the moral side was certainly to be punished. In some cases, the gods can seem to be overly sensitive to our modern sensibilities, but the Greeks did not question the all-powerful deities who had to be properly worshipped and appeased. However, undoubtedly, some humans were capable of truly wicked deeds, and Taurus was the portion of the underworld reserved for their ingratituous disguised punishments. Punishments of Apollo. So I'm not sure if this is Apollo being punished or Apollo seeking to punish others, but let's do the deep dive. But okay, this is the one I'm going to need my glasses for, because do you see how tiny this print is? This print is tiny, tiny. Okay, and I am dyslexic. I will lose my space every single time. So, glasses. I picked myself up some good reading glasses, which I'm excited to wear and look like someone's great Aunt Tessie. And if you know Harry Potter, you're my favorite. there we go. So, but through Apollo was so renowned in the art of music, there were two individuals who had effortlessly to consider themselves equal to him in his requests, and accordingly each challenged him to compete with them in the music contest. There is Marsyas and Pan. Marsyas was a sire who, having picked up the flute which Athena had thrown away in disgust, discovered to be great delight and astonishment that in consequence of having touched the lips of a goddess, it played itself the most charming manner. Marsyas, who was a great lover of music and much beloved on the account of by all the elf-like dozens of the woods and the glens, was so intoxicated with joy at the discovery that he foolishly challenged Apollo to compete with him in the musical contest. I think we already know the story. We heard it from the last one, but blah blah blah. The result of the contest was with Pan. The result of the contest with Pan was by no means of a serious character, the god of shepherds having affirmed that he could play more skillfully on the flute of seven reeds, the syrinx of Pan's pipe, than Apollo on his world-renowned lyre. A contest ensued in which Apollo was pronounced the victor by all judges appointed to decide between the rival candidates. Madison, king of Perga, alone demurred in this decision, having the bad taste to prefer the unclothed tones of the Pan's pipe to the refined melodies of Apollo's lyre, and seized at the obscenity and stupidity of the Peregrine king. Apollo punished him by giving him the ears of an ass. Madison, horrified at being thus disfigured, determined to hide his disgrace from his subjects by means of a cap. His barter, however, could not have kept the ignorance of the fact that it was therefore bribed with rich gifts and never to reveal it. Finding, however, that he could not keep the secret any longer, he dug a hole in the ground in which he had whispered it, then, closing up the aperture, he returned home, feeling greatly relieved at having thus erased his mind of the burden. But after all, thus humiliated secret was revealed to the world, for some reeds which sprung from the spot murmured incessantly as they waved in to and fro the wind, "King Matthias has ears of an ass." Okay, so it is about him punishing others and not really getting any punishment himself. But hey, at least we already knew the story of him and the other guy who tried to go against him and his lyre with the flute that he stole from Athena. Well, not really stole from Athena, but a flute he picked up that Athena discarded. In the sad and beautiful story of Nobe, daughter of Tandis, the wife of Apollon, king of Thebes, we had another instance of severe punishments met out by Apollo to those who had in any way incurred his displeasure. Nobe was the proud mother of 7 sons and 7 daughters, and excluding in the number of her children. She upon one occasion ridiculed and worshipped the Leto, because she had but one son and daughter, and desired that the Thebans for the future to give her the honors and sacrifices which they had hereto offered to the mother of Apollo and Artemis. The sacrilegious words had scarcely passed. Let me. There we go. Her lips before Apollo called upon his sister Artemis to assist him in avenging the insult offered to their mother, and soon their invisible arrows sped through the air. Apollo slew all the sons, and Artemis had already slain all the daughters save one, the youngest and the most beloved, whom Nobile clasped her arms, and when the agonized mother implored the enraged deities to leave her at least one of all of her beautiful children, but even as she prayed, the deadly hour reached the heart of this child alone. Meanwhile, an unhappy father, unable to bear the loss of his children, had destroyed himself, and his dead body lay beside the lifeless corpses of his favorite son. Widowed and childless and heartbroken, Mother sat among her dead, and the gods, in pity of her unutterable woe, turned her into a stone, which they transferred to Syphilis, her native Polygon mountain, where it still continues to shed tears. Wow, I remember the story of Apollo and his sister killing off like an entire family of the king of Thebes, but never in that extent. So that's a good one. So let's see. What's the thought we can get from this story? What's the reason? What's the rhyme? What's the whatever? Let me see. Who is my one chatter? My one person on Twitch. Let me go take a look. Let's see where you are at. I have one viewer, and I don't know who they are, but I'd like to know. Let me see. Well, I think this is all we can attribute from Apollo. Apollo is very much the second, maybe third, or a strong Olympian. Oh, wait, I think my mom's home. Yep, go forth. Hold on, let me let Mary out. Yep, I know, I'm coming. It's my gut here I can't ignore. Orpheus, I'm hungry. It's my gut that I can't ignore. Orpheus, I'm hungry. Alright. Bathroom routine. So I'm going to be brushing my teeth. Y'all are welcome to join me. But it is 10:20 at night. 10:20 exactly, and I want to be able to have my teeth brushed and ready for bed. Teeth brushed. If you haven't brushed your teeth, brush your teeth, please. All right, now let's go back to the room. Okay, slews. What should be the next thing we read? Let's see. Should we read the amazing YouTube videos so that way at least I'm more well educated? All right, let's throw this up into a beautiful, beautiful bun. Okay. Beautiful? Close enough. Cavity right there. There we go. Yeah. As good as it's gonna get. Put a little bit of wispies out there. All right, let me get my chair. All right, now I'm kerfuffled. I do not know what should be our next conquest. Well, because we still have, or the royal we, I still have no viewers, I think I get to pick the next book we're going to read. And I really wanted it to be Love and Relations by Otto Kernberg. I'm so excited. Otto Kernberg was a nationally renowned psychoanalytic theorist and clinician, where explains the success and failure of sexual love in couples from adolescence to old age. Dr. Kernberg considers both so-called normal and pathological relationships, including the role of narcissism, misogynism, and aggression in each. The result in this book explains the boundaries of our current understanding of love relations. I really wanted to read this book so bad. So, Otto Kernberg, formerly known as for his narcissism theory, and basically he's like a really, really big psychoanalytic, like basically very big in the psychoanalytic world. Let's see. Does it have a table of contents? It does. Okay. So this is what the table of contents looks like. Not sure if you can see it because of the light. Probably not. So I'm just going to read it to you. It says the sexual experience, 1, sexual excitement and erotic desire, 2, mature sexual love, 3, love, Oedipus, and the couple. Oh my God, he mentions Oedipus in this. You know it's going to be good. Psychotherapy. Let's consult the computer. Translate. psychopathologically. Okay. Well, just for the shits and giggles of it, let's just see what pops up. Psychopathology. Now, the psychopathology is what it's called. So, let's see. Which one do I want to read first? There's also aggression, love, in the couple. There's superego superego functions, love in the analytic setting, masculinic pathology, narcissism. 143. I'm going to read narcissism because chapter on narcissism theory is actually the one that I've been waiting for. What is it? 143? Narcissism. Here we go. Okay. Let me calm down for a second. I'm getting too excited and riled up. Hold on. Where is my phone? Before I read, though, I want to make a TikTok real quick. Let me see. Okay, I'm live again. And again, it's still on my Penguenny channel where I'm live. And tonight's live is going to be about discussions on Greek lit and all of these books that I have to do. Right now, I am about to read a section from Love and Relations, Normality and Pathology from Otto Kernberg. I've been waiting for this book forever. So if you want to come join me, come join me. It's the Penguenny channel, just so you know. Spelled like that. Drop a like, drop a follow, and hopefully, I don't know, come see where I'm at. Okay, I'm live again. And again, it's still let me my Penguenny channel where I'm live. And tonight's live is going to be about discussions lit and all of these books that I have to do. Right now, I am about to read a section Love and Relations, Normality and Pathology from Otto Kernberg. I've been waiting for this book forever. So if you want to come join me, come join me. It's the Penguenny channel, just so you know. All right, what should be our tagline for this? So I put day 25 because it's day 25. I think Book Talk would be interested in this. Psychoanalytic. Okay, so I put book talk, bookshelf, bookworm, Greek TikTok, Greek literature, Otto Kernberg, psychoanalytic, streamer, the Penguini channel, for you, and for you page smiley face. Post. Okay. So let's see. So again, here we go with the stream and the lighting. I'm gonna need to buy more lighting equipment so that way it's better, but this is what I gotta deal with for now. And again, before we read Otto Kernberg, and despite how excited I am, I do want to look at my TikTok for a little bit. But let's. My name, my age, my favorite color. My name. Okay, I know I'm not supposed to be doing this, but I'm making sure that I am still paying attention to the road, paying attention to my surroundings. But I am running late to my therapy. It started at 9 and it's 9:01 right now. And traffic's so slow and it's raining and I'm just complaining and ranting and being a white woman and a Karen in a car and just trying to talk to herself. Don't worry, I'm at a stoplight. I'm not doing this illegally to where, I'm not paying attention or anything. But I think people can still talk and drive at the exact same time. I mean, I'm talking to myself and driving at the exact same time, and I think I'm perfectly fine. Not perfectly sane because I admit myself to a psychiatric hospital, but again, perfectly fine. And this car wants to pull over! Just turn! I need to get somewhere! Thank God I took my pills this morning. I'm hilarious. I don't know why it's taking so long, but day 25. Okay. Otto Kernberg. And then we'll look at my YouTube because I think I'm funny. It says, let me get a little closer so I don't have to yell. Or maybe I should probably get the headphones for this. So. Okay, headphones on, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's because I cannot start talking at the volume that I usually speak at because it's getting close to 11 o'clock and it is 10:35 a.m. right now. So that means that we are going to start talking through the microphone and the headset. Here we go. Narcissistic pathologically in couples ranges widely. One couple makes a conscious effort to maintain an unrealistic public image of their relationship as one of the total mutual gratification. Another couple unconsciously collides with the ruthless exposition of one partnered by the other. Psychoanalytic investigation shows that the probable image of the narcissistic partner matched with the misogynistic partner does not necessarily coincide with the character pathologies of each, but more generically a partner's unconscious identification with dissociated and projected aspects of him or herself together with the partner's mutual induction of complementary roles by means of projective identification may result in a role distribution that conveys an enormous impression of each partner's psychopathology. What the fuck did I just read? Like, literally, what did I just read? I felt high just reading that paragraph, but here we go. An inconsiderate husband's self-centered explanation of his wife, for example, may suggest the significant narcissistic pathologically in him and victimization in his wife. An exploration of the couple's consciousness and unconsciousness interacts, however, reveals that she is unconsciously provoking him and projecting onto him her own sadistic superego. The the intactness, depth, and commitment of the husband's relationship to others revealed to him that to be predominantly infertile rather than narcissistic. We thus have to deal with the two problems: narcissistic pathologically in one or the both partners, and the intercharge of personality aspects of both, bringing about the couple's pathological relationship that does not correspond to the individual's pathologically of the partners. Again, don't understand what I just read, but I'm going to continue going. Ugh. Water break. Characteristics of narcissistic love relations. The psychoanalytic study of the love relations of the narcissistic personality might begin with a comparison between couples in which one or both partners suffer from narcissistic personality disorder and couples showing no such signs. The person with no pathological narcissism has the capacity to fall in love and maintain a love relationship over an extended period of time. The most severe cases of narcissistic personality do not have the capacity to fall in love, which indeed pathognomic, looking the word up, translate, we're gonna share pathognomic
Pathognomonic.
pathognomic what? Pathognomic.
Pathognomonic.
Pathognomonic. What does that mean? Specifically characteristic or indicative of a particular disease or condition. What? Okay. So, conditions where? Funny. Funny honey. All right. Love, which is indeed pathognomonic of pathological narcissism. So it's a sickness of a pathological of narcissism, is what he's saying. And even narcissistic personalities who are able to fall in love for brief periods of time show remarkable differences from those with the normal capacity to fall in love. When the narcissistic personality falls in love, the idealization of the love object may center on physical beauty as a source of admiration, or on power, wealth, or fame as attributed to be admired and unconsciously incorporated as part of the self. The epidual residence of all love relations cause the narcissistic person unconsciously to attempt a relationship dominated by aggression as much as or more than by love, because of the deep frustration and resentment from the past. A past that is fantasy will be magically overcome by sexual gratification from the new object. Epidual rivalry, jealousy, and insecurity are compounded by pre-epidual aggression displaced on the epidual realm. The frick does epidual mean? He used epidual like 4 times for one sentence. That's it. I'm Googling it. We're going back to the Google. Let's see. It is OEDIPAL. Oh, relating to or characterized by the Oedipus complex. Okay. So, the Oedipus complex is an ideal in psychoanalytic theory. The complex is ostensibly universal phrase in life of a young boy in which to try to immediately satisfy basic desires. He unconsciously wishes to have sex with his mother and disdains his father for having sex and being satisfied before him.
That's weird. That's suspicious. That's peculiar. Well, I did pick up a weird book, so. Epidural. Narcissistic patients evidence an unconscious fear of the love object related to projected aggression. They also show a remarkable absence of internal freedom to become interested in personality of the other. Their sexual excitement is dominated by unconscious envy of the other gender. By deep resentment because of what has been experienced as a teasing withholding of early gratification, the greed and voracity, and by the hope of appurating what has withheld in the past in order to eliminate longing for it. For the narcissistic partner, life proceeds in isolation. Dependency upon the other is feared in so feared as it represents acknowledgement of both envy and gratitude for the dependency. Dependency is replaced by self-righteousness, demandingness, and frustration when the demands are not met. Resentments build up and are difficult to undo in moments of intimacy when they are more easily resolved by splitting desperate experiences from each other and maintaining peace at the cost of fragmenting the relationship. In a worst case scenario, a stifling segment of imprisonment and persecution by the other involves unacknowledged and intolerable aspects of the self and projected into the partner or protected idolization self-image. The unconscious provocation of the partner to comply with the projected aspects of the self is matched by attacks on and rejected of the partner, thus misperceived. The symbolic incorporation of the admired features of the other may serve as a narcissistic gratification. A narcissistic woman who has married a famous public figure may continue to bask in his public preeminence. In the privacy of the home, however, she may experience unimagined boredom aside from unconscious conflicts around envy. The absence of joint values proclaims opening to an area of a new interest that would provide a new view of the world or the other relationships. The absence of curiosity about the other, a relationship in which immediate behaviors might be reacted to rather than reflected concern for the other's initial reality, a certain problem of the narcissistic personality related to an underlying identity diffusion and lack of capacity for empathy in the depths with others closes the door to understanding the other's life. So basically, he's saying if you're narcissistic in a relationship, then you're probably only with your partner for one specific reason. And can I get an amen for those who understand that? Amen. There we go. All right. Sources of gratifications are lacking in boredom, failure to contain arousal rage, chronic frustration, and sense of being imprisoned by the relationship prevail in the addition to the unavoidable activation of unconscious conflicts from the past and outbreak of frustration and aggression in a couple's intermediate relationship. Most dramatically, in the sexual realm, unconscious envy of the other transforms the idolization of the other's body into a devolution, fosters a transformation into sexual gratification, into the sense of having successfully invaded and incorporated the other, eliminates the richness and primitive object relatives of activations in normal polyamorous preserved sexuality, and descends into boredom. What the freaky deek did I just read? Otto Kernberg, I love you because I don't understand you and your narcissism theory. That's why I love this book. God, it's so many questions. It boggles my mind. Polyamorous preserves sexuality and descends into boredom? Dude, how do you feel right now? The question can be revised whether narcissistic personalities can love only themselves. In my view, in 1984, the issue is not whether the investment is in the self or the object of the self representation as opposed to the as opposed to object representation. The issue is the difference between the kind of self that is invested, whether it is the capacity to integrate love and hatred under the dominance of love, whether it is pathological grandiose self as lapiche, lapasha, blah, 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 blah. Let's do my little Google. Ready? Um, La Blanche. Oh, Jean Lamche. Oh, well, why didn't you just put his full name? God. Well, this dude is who he's talking about. It's that mofo. But, but as Lanche suggests in reference to Freud's essay on narcissism, both are arctic and narcissistic love relations imply an object relationship. And as Van der Waals observed, it is not that the narcissists love only themselves and nobody else, but they love themselves as badly as they love others. Let us consider the interaction of narcissistic and object relations aspects of ordinary love relations. Put another way, what in a stable love relationship is the connection between self-gratification and enjoyment of the commitment to the other? I don't know. How many more pages of narcissism do we have? All right, well, I can't read that far, but let's discuss this further. So, I'm going to write that down. The polyamorous preserves sexuality and descends into boredom. That's going to go into the jar. It's going into the Madison jar. Okay, let me see. Let me grab the polyamorous preserves sexuality and descends into boredom. Where is my pens? My pen is right here. Where is my book? My book is right here. My book has my other pen in it. Don't let me forget that my book has my other pen in it. But let me see. So I want to start. I don't know where to start. I'm just gonna put polyamorous preserve sexuality. It descends into boredom. It is 11:51 or 10:51. And it is I almost put 22, but I put polyamorous preserves sexuality and descends into boredom. Because I find it so funny. I should put his name. Now there's 2 in there. And then there were 2. I should have rented Agatha Christie. Agatha Christie could have been a good book to read. But we'll stop there with Otto Kernberg, my favorite person in the entire flippin' dippin' world. Oops. I might have to make more of these little strips. But we'll do that in a second. Let's see. Should we do Cory Doctorow, author of the New York Times bestseller Little Brother? What even is this book? I'm not even sure if this one's supposed to be mine. Okay. Information Doesn't Want to Be Free is a book about pitfalls and the opportunities creative industries are confronting today and how the old models have failed or found new footing and about what might soon be replaced them. The essential need for anyone within a stake in the future arts. Information offers a valid guide to the way creativity and the internet interact today to what might become coming next. Information Doesn't Want to Be Free. Oh, this is a private book, so no on this one because this one's a me book. I want this book for myself. Fences, trees, views, noise. Oh, goodness gracious. What about the Encyclopedia for Everyday Law? Let's try this on for size now. Okay. There's houses, neighbors, landlords, and tenants. There's workplace rights, small businesses, patients, copyrights. 165 is what I want. 165. 165. 165. 165. Yep, copyrights and the basics. All right, let's settle in, girls. It has long been recognized that everyone's benefit with creative people are encouraged to develop new intellectual and artistic works. When the UN's Constitution was written in 1787, the framework took care to include a copyright clause, Article 1, Section 8, giving Congress the power to promote the progress of science and useful arts by passing laws that give creative people exclusive rights in their own artistic works for a limited period of time. Copyright laws are not designed solely to enrich creative artists, but to promote human knowledge and development. These laws encourage artisans in their creative efforts by giving them a mini monopoly over their works, called a copyright. But this monopoly is limited when it conflicts with overriding purpose of encouraging people to create new works of authorship. This chapter introduces you to copyright laws and guides you through the first steps of creating, owning, and protecting a copyright. To learn about how copyrights differ from the work with and patents and trademarks, see Chapter 6 and 8. This one's going to be a doozy, guys. Okay. Glug, glug, glug. Drink water. Okay. Copyright is a legal device that gives the creator a work of art, literature, or a work that conveys information or ideas the right to copyright how the work is used. The Copyright Act of 1976, the federal law providing that copyright protection grants authors a bundle of exclusive rights over their works and includes the right to reproduce and distribute and adapt or perform them. Sorry, I just drank water. Who is the one person watching? Let me see if I can invite people. Talking about copyright laws. Let me go to TikTok Live. Blow my eardrums out, why don't you? Alright, let's go to mine. Let's see. Can we upload? It would be cool if I could make a TikTok while I am streaming. I can only upload a specific file. That sucks. Well, I tried. Copy. I might look that guy up. It's been 25 days. Oh, big stretch. I hope people one day see this. I want to be able to look back on this in a couple of years and be like, well, yep, I did that. I did that by myself, for myself, and everything selfishly. It gets very boring by yourself, though, for a while. I mean, like, I could read books to you guys all day long, but it's, like, very boring and hard to talk to yourself. I mean, I don't want to bring out the different personalities because that's not really like a party trick. It's kind of like most of them are asleep right now. I know Medusa's awake, but she's only here to give me the confidence to do this. She has her hand half in the light and half not. Cassie's there. Cassie has a joke that she'd like to say. What did the crazy lady say on the stream to make it so that way her viewers had something more interesting to watch? I don't know what. She spoke to herself about the personalities in her head. That's a good one. Write that down. Make sure you take note of that. Remember it for next time because that's funny. Crazy lady. I mean, my day wasn't bad. It was good. It wasn't great, but it was good. I was a little bit early today. Okay, so in therapy, for my DBT therapy, I learned about the law of attraction, and I've been implementing it ever since. So for the law of attraction, what it means is it basically says that if whatever you think, you feel, and whatever you feel comes to fruition. So like your thoughts lead to what your emotions are, and your emotions lead to what you expel out into the universe. It's a lot of like Cosmo, like, whoa, that makes sense, but it also doesn't make sense because I feel like things just happen for a reason, like happenstance. But you know what? I think the law of attraction happened today for me. So for today, I started my day like any other. I woke up, personalities woke me up, Medusa was awake, and so mom was still sleeping, and so that's why my room is still a complete mess, but I might clean that in a little bit, put on some music and clean that. So I got ready and I had a little bit of a breakfast, and in my head I just kept thinking, I want to be early to class. 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 As I'm taking a shower, as I'm brushing my teeth, as I'm doing like all of my daily stuff, like I just keep thinking that mantra in my head. I want to be early to class. I want to be early to class. I want to be early to class. Class being therapy. I want to be early. I want to be early. I want to be early. I end up, for some reason, getting in my car and listening to Whitney Houston, which gets me in a good jam. And it's Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You. And I start just singing, I'm dancing around, I'm bobbing my head, I'm like rocking out. And then Backstreet Boys comes on, and I'm just thinking, oh my God, is this like a sign from the universe that like the mantra is working for once? Because as I'm getting dressed, doing my hair, putting my hair in a ponytail, and like I'm in the car and everything, in the car, I'm just thinking, I'm still having that mantra. I want to be early to therapy. 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 And coincidentally enough, I want the door to open to therapy so that way I can go sit down early in the class. And coincidentally enough, a security guard with keys comes by and opens the door. And I asked them, I was like, hey, is it okay for us to come in? Like, we're students that usually are not students, but we're part of Group B. Like, we do group therapy here. Like, we're just waiting for someone to open the door. And they're just like, sure, yeah, come on in. So I got to therapy today a whole 10 minutes early, and I was so happy. I was so excited. I was like, yay! Ah! Sound my own horn, toot my own drum. I was just so happy. I got there 10 minutes early, and I know I'm healing because I rely less on my medication throughout the day. So I'm prescribed 2 medications for my anxiety. I'm prescribed buspirone, and I'm prescribed Klonopin, Klonopin's the generic name for it. But those 2 medications, I usually time myself. I have a little pill jar that I use so that way I don't overdose on Klonopin or anything, but I make sure to keep track of what I do. And I can't remember the medication. I keep track of what I take and when I take it. So I will only allow myself, even if I am having a severe panic attack, I try to calm myself down first. Like I try to self-soothe. I'll like pull at my shirt. I'll do the crossing of the hands thing and pulling down like this. Like there's a lot of techniques that you can Google that's so easy to find where you can self-soothe and figure out how to talk yourself down from a panic attack. My teacher today, she taught us about the drama triangle, and I think the drama triangle is amazing because I think I've actually done the drama triangle before. Actually, now that I've mentioned the drama triangle, there is something that I've always wanted to look up because of that. Let me grab my folder real quick. So the drama triangle, if any of you are going to be here for the research spiral that I'm about to put myself through, was invented by this dude named Stephen Karpman. So we're going to go and do this. We're going to go in a little bit of a spiral. And we're going to look up the drama triangle together. Stephen. Okay, so this is him, Stephen B. Cartman. So yeah, this is what we learned about in therapy today, the Cartman trauma triangle. And I want to see if there's any. What is my thing sitting on? There we go. Okay. Stephen Karma Triangle. Oops. There's the official site for the Karma Triangle, Cartman Drama Triangle. Game of Free Life, the defined book upon the Drama Triangle and Compassion Triangle by the original author. Okay, so then let me just share my entire screen and give you guys that infinity loop and just crazy. So then let me go here. Oh, I forgot. I'm a dunce. Hold on. Forgot I have it saved. Let me see. Library catalog. There we go. Okay. What is this book called again? It's called. A Game Free Life. Author. Haha. Okay. This is the sucky part, the waiting process, because my computer's so freaking slow. Okay, there's June again, there's Rebel, there's Fear, there's Relation. Okay, let's. Can't find it. Let's look at Link Plus. Okay, I guess it just kind of sucky that you kind of just like, can't get the actual book, but you have to read through all this stuff. Think for the transformation theory. Drama triangles. Give appreciation, give sympathy. Huh. Well, actually, I think this is actually better than anything else. Oh, yeah, and if you're wondering, this is the video that I've been working on, so I might edit this while we're talking.
And watching the comedians and knows that she really, really does look up to a lot of good comedians. Cassie wants to sell a joke and hope at night and watching the comedians and the one that loves staying up at night and watching the comedians, and knows that she really, really does look up to a lot of good comedians.
Okay, I want to cut that because I wanted to delete that part because I say comedian way too damn much.
Staying up at night. Um, Cassie wants to tell a joke, and hopefully you guys find it funny, and I say it correctly how she would. But she wants me to say, Cassie says, why did the patient at the psychiatric hospital think they were going crazy? Because a nurse named Bambi made them not like the movie Bambi anymore. And the patient realized that not all nurses have used their real names. It's funny to her. She's cracking up laughing at fear. She's rolling on the ground laughing in here. After Cassie, there is the game master. Not game master, but game master. He hasn't really picked her. She's cracking up laughing at fear. She's rolling on the ground laughing in here. After Cassie, there is the game master. Not gay master, but game master. He has gay master, but not gay master, but game master. Here.
So I'm going to add it right about here. Go to text. We're going to do Anton, and we're going to do coolers.
Laughing in here. Not gay master, but game master. He hasn't really picked a name yet, but he does go by he. He is a very tall but silent individual, and he lives in the glass palace in here with the crying, and the crying one's name is and the crying one's name is spelled Sidney, Sydney, like Sydney. Um, that's kind of all of them. Sydney is the one that holds in our um Sydney. Um, that's kind of all of them. Sydney is the one that holds in our sadness. She's the one that makes it so that way we're not always crying and hysterical because she wants to be the crying one. Sydney's also amazing. She's strong and she's resilient, and I know she is. And she just wants someone there while she cries and holds her hand. That's why the game master. The game master sits with Sydney in the glass palace, so that way she's not alone. Um, so that way she's not alone. Um, the game master also makes it so that way Sydney is never alone. And that's everybody. that's and that's everybody. That's kind of all of them. I'm not sure how long this introduction video is supposed to be. I hope you were entertained, but that's all the notes that I have. Oh wait, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you're reminding me of it now, but thank you. There's also this really awesome girl named Jessie. Girl named Jessie. She likes to be saved the best for last. Named Jessie. She likes to be saved the best for last. And she told me that she is always going to be number one. But Medusa will always be first, so she can always be the second number one. But Jessie loves asking questions. She loves filing away certain memories and protecting us. She loves, well, protecting is more Medusa's job, but she primarily is the one that's the analog, the data collector is what I call her, or the assistant, the analog, the data collector is what I call her. Analog, or the assistant. For the longest time, she was called the assistant. So, but now her name is Jessie, and she saved the best for last. I don't really know how to end this, but I, now her name is Jessie, and she saved the best for last.
I want
Assistant. So, but now her name is Jessie. I don't really know how to end this, but I do know my channel is going to be about discussing Greek mythology, and it's going to be about comedy for Cassie. It's going to be about parenting questions that Nancy has for littles, and now her name is Jessie. I don't really know how to end this, but I do know my channel is going to be about discussing Greek mythology, and it's going to be about comedy for Cassie. It's going to be about parenting questions that Nancy has for littles, and anybody is willing to listen to them or ask them, go ahead. We're going to be reading a lot of parenting books nowadays, and if anybody is willing to listen to them or ask them, go ahead. We're going to be reading a lot of parenting books nowadays, and if you want to follow my story and you want to know more, if you want to and if anybody is willing to listen to them or ask them, if you want to follow my story and you want to know more, keep watching. Watch my lives. Join me on my lives. I would really appreciate it. I might actually still do a couple theaters, monologues while I'm still here in the waiting process, in the recovery process. I think this helps me. Talking about what happened to me, I think this helps me. Talking about what happened to me takes a little bit of the weight off. And the more people that know, the more I know I'm not alone. Because that's how I feel sometimes. And I know that sounds really dramatic, but it's nice to hear from people and to talk to people and to be friendly. The more I know I'm not alone. It's nice to hear from people and to talk to people and to be friendly and human kindness. I have stories, trust me, I'll tell you a bunch of stories. Human kindness. I have stories, trust me, I'll tell you a bunch of stories. Just recently, I think I almost got duped by a hacker. But that's a story for another time. If you want to like and subscribe, that, that's a story for another time. Be friendly and human kindness. If you want to like and subscribe, come join the Penguin Army. I'm going to call you guys my little pennies, my penny penguins. Um, Come join the Penguin Army. I'm going to call you guys my little pennies, my penny penguins. Or penguin. Penny penguin penguin. That's a tongue twister that Dr. Seuss would even actually like that one. Penguin. That's a tongue twister that Dr. Seuss would even actually. That's a tongue twister that Dr. Seuss would even actually like that one. Alright. Well, I'll see you in one of my lives, and thank you for watching. Bye. Come join the Penguin Army. I'm gonna call you guys my little pennies, my penny penguins, or penguins. Penny penguins, penguins. That's a tongue twister that Dr. Seuss would even actually like that one. Alright, well, I'll see you in one of my lives. Even actually like that one. Alright, well, I'll see you in one of my lives, and thank you for watching. Bye. Streams every single day, every single day, and I want to talk about Greek literature. I am obsessed with Greek myth and Greek stories and the pronoun. Sorry, we're all getting a little bit stuck in here because I'm not going by the script anymore. But this channel's main purpose is to give me a creative outlet, and I want to talk about Greek stories. Um, I want to talk about also since what happened to me, I admitted myself to that. Oh, what happened? This is empty, but these are good. Um, no longer. It's medicine time, and like I have to eat. So it's one thing. I have a whole thing ready to go. So just okay. You can probably see here. I'll put it somewhere here. I also do live streams every single day, every single night, and I want to talk about Greek literature. I am obsessed with Greek myth and Greek stories and the pronoun or not pronouns. Sorry, we're all trying to educate myself on Marsha Linehan and Otto Kernberg and Melanie Klein, who are all three great psychoanalysts to borderline personality disorder. I actually have some of their books in my room right now. I rented them from the library. I'm not trying to diagnose myself, but what I do know is I have voices in my head. They're up there. Her name is Medusa. We went back and forth. We didn't really have to go back and forth on names on her. She just already knew her name was going to be Medusa. Next to her is Amelia. For the longest time, I called her Judge because she was the one that made sure consciously we were making the correct decisions on things. She is the reason why I know the difference between good and bad. She's also wanted Amelia to be her name because she wanted to name herself after Amelia Earhart. Another great female figure is her name because she wanted to name herself after Amelia Earhart. another great female figure. Um, she didn't want to come forward for a while because she wanted to be in the back. And when it finally came time for her to come forward, that's when she spoke up and said she wanted a name, and she wanted it to be Amelia, like Amelia Earhart. I don't have Amelia Earhart in my head. She's not buzzing around in here. It's just Judge's name is in here. Next to her in the headspace is Nancy and Little. Nancy is the mom in here. She's the one that's reminding me to brush my teeth, making sure that I'm eating, and making sure that I get them done properly and orderly. She's also the one that makes my bed every night, so that way I come back home to a clean bed without any doctor in it. Mom. Next,
She sounds like this.
they're all telling me not to say her name, just call her Little, but just know that she thinks of herself as a little princess. So, but next door to them is Sky, and Sky is the one that likes to be used as they them. Now, Eros has a little bit of a confusing backstory. Eros, for the longest time, wanted to be called Tony. I told them no because we have somebody in our family named Tony, and that would be confusing if you were called Tony. Um, for the longest time, was the only guy in the system until recently they wanted to switch because they felt a little unhealthy with all the girls here. Um, Eros is our love, is our passion. Eros is the one that makes it so that way everyone's loved and appreciated in here. And Eros now is a girl. They go by she, them, she, them. Huh, that's interesting. But sexy, she's so beautiful. She's so just Eros. I'd love to tell you more about them, but I gotta move on. Next to Eros is Cassie, and Cassie is our laughter. She's next to Eros is Cassie.
Mm. That's how you spell laughter, right? Laughter. Anton colors. Cassie is a bright yellow. Well, first, let's see if we can make.
Next to Eros is Cassie, and Cassie is our laughter. She's the jokester of the group. She's the one that's helping us through the tough times through laughter. She's the one that loves staying up at night. Um, Cassie wants to sell a joke, and hopefully you guys find it funny and I say it correctly how she would. Not gay master, but game. laughing in here. Not gay master, but game master. He hasn't really picked a name yet, but he does go by he. He is a very tall but silent individual, and he lives in the glass palace in here with the crying. And the crying one's name is Sydney, spelled Sydney, like Sydney. Sydney is the one that holds in our sadness. She's the one that makes it so that way.
Alright, and you guys already know the rest, so we're gonna export it. Mind gap, we notice a visual gap. These gaps appear as blank frames here. Hover over each. Okay. Is it these? Alright, fine. Oh no. I need those. Nah. It's good. Continue anyway. I want it to be high quality. Clip. So, yeah, that's going to be buffering in the background. But let's return to you guys. Oh, yeah, I forgot the infinity. Let me just stop sharing that real quick. Alright, how do y'all feel now that you've seen my first video that I'm gonna upload? Hopefully it's a good one. It's 11:43 and I still don't really have a lot much to do. I got my drama triangle out to hopefully research some more on it, but I guess I'll save that for tomorrow. Yeah. I don't really have the energy to read right now, and I don't really have any games. Oh, that's something we can do. We can watch my my TikToks because I think I'm funny. My own TikToks are always funny. Because I believe I'm hilarious. Yep, there we go. Alright, now I want to share my penguiny. Let's look at some of the old ones.
I have class in less than 15 minutes, so you guys are going to come with me on how I set up for it. First things first, we locate the light stand. Found it. We clear a space for her and just set her right there. Then we grab the light. Then we just twist her on like this. Then we find the box. Box located. Just plug her in. Make sure the blue light pops on.
Let there be light!
I usually like it on the highest setting because I like a lot of light because this corner is pretty dark and that shadow annoys me. Then we turn main lights on because more light. Locate the laptop. Now you would think a laptop goes there, but actually it goes up there. It's because the class I have is theater, and for theater we stand up. She goes up there. Oh, look at that beautiful woman. Sign in. Yep, theater in 5 minutes. All that's left is just to look human. A human dough. Close enough. Now I have to act like I haven't been sleeping all morning. I have class in less than 15 minutes, so
I'm sorry for simping over goddamn lines. It's not my fault that 2D men can be so fucking fine. No matter how hard I try, I can't help how I feel. They're works of art that have my heart, but they're not fucking real. I'm sorry for simping.
This was in the age where YouTube was like, I think at its height, and it was during the COVID, and I was by myself a lot, so I relied on TikTok to just, entertain the ever-loving crap out of me.
you know what I'm jealous of? I'm jealous of people who have energy. Because, like, if you could see the state in which my room is in, you'd be disappointed. For instance, my counter, a fucking mess. Clothes I have yet to fold, a fucking mess. Yeah, I have no energy to do it, but I have the energy to complain about it.
So this TikTok was actually in relation to like a reminder of like, or not a reminder, but like, what is the caption? It's a potato day. I feel like a potato, look like a potato. Potato. I'm funny. So again, this TikTok was actually, I made it because people were complaining about things, and I found it hilarious that they're complaining but yet they're not doing anything about it. So I sat on my bed and brushed my teeth and made a TikTok about complaining about things that I'm not doing even though I'm brushing my teeth.
Have you brushed your teeth yet today? You know what? I really wish I could get on eczema TikTok. Like, give me a mix of the eczema, of the ADHD,
a little bit of the theater cake. That would be the perfect TikTok page combo. Does anyone else just lounge with their ring light just on them while they're on their bed? I bet you if I keep brushing while laying down, I'm gonna end up on like dentist TikTok or something. I don't belong on dentist TikTok. Any medical profession TikTok, I don't belong on it. Trust me, I've been to a hospital enough times in my lifetime. I do not need to be on medical TikTok. Here is my resume to be on eczema TikTok. I would show you my arm, but I think TikTok wouldn't like that. You want to know how I know the weather is changing? My eczema acts up. Grandma Lauren says her arthritis acts up and her joints are in pain. My skin's in pain. Therefore, I suffer.
I am just a funny individual. Like, my own TikToks crack me up. I'm not sure about you guys, but my own TikToks crack me the frick up. Like, I am just the most hilarious person in the entire freaking world, I believe. And nobody's joined yet, but I can still keep going.
I don't like the color pink. 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 Don't like it. I don't like the color pink. Do you? Do you like the color pink? Neither did I. Do I even own anything pink? I don't think so. I just don't like the color pink. I just don't like the color pink. I mean, does owning a mix of pink count? I don't like the color pink. My hair got stuck. I'm over here trying to be a good student and do my work, and my roommate's playing the new album of BTS. This bitch literally got me. My hair got stuck.
Oh my god. I remember scaring the shit out of my roommate every single day. I scream like that all the time. I call it my mongoose scream.
Stuck. I'm over here trying to be a good student and do my work, and my roommate's playing the new album of BTS. This bitch literally got me. I want to cry at how absolutely talented these 7 men are.
With my poo head. You
I
guys
wanna
can't
cry
hear the
how
music, but I
absolutely
can.
talented these 7 men are.
Okay, B album of BTS absolutely slaps, especially Fly to the Moon. Oh my god, it's so good. And my little apple wisp, whatever that is, pear on top of my head.
Alexa, volume 1.
So I have finally succumbed, and I was praying to my BL gods earlier today.
And I was browsing my list of BLs that I have not read yet, that have just been all over like Instagram and my TikToks and like all that jazz. I finally come across the name I've been dreading. One I did not want to read, but I still am going to.
Kingsmaker. I'm finally gonna read Kingsmaker because it's so beautiful and the art looks so amazing, and I really want to read it.
Now, because everyone was obsessed with Kingsmaker, I didn't want to jump on that bandwagon, so I waited until like more chapters came out and then I was gonna read it.
Already, I have a favorite character and I'm only on chapter 8. I cannot wait until this sassy creature right here grows up because damn, he fine.
He is so simp worthy, it is crazy.
And look at this little bottom, like, assert his dominance, like, oh. I mean, like, okay, you're such a bottom, you're a top. Also, I made an entire bowl of rice for myself.
Alexa, volume 1.
You know, just college things, watching BLs and eating an entire bowl of rice by yourself. Oh, I'm so glad I lived in the age of technology so I can remember being an undergrad and living in that tiny ass fucking dorm room. Does anyone else have undergrad memories, or is it just me?
1.
So, I have this little bean needs to be protected at all costs. I'm putting together a squadron team for people to monitor chapter 30 of Kingsmaker and protect this motherfucking 5th prince ass bitch queen. I am not okay with what happened to my man Theo. I'm not okay. Okay, so we're gonna have that type of storyline now. You're gonna get me all hyped up and attached as fuck to the side characters, and then you're gonna kill them off right when I start rooting for the relationship. And then you try to smooth it over with a chocolate fountain. Sorry, you broke my heart. I need a minute now. I'm taking a break. I'm kidding, it's getting real heated now. I'm excited for new updates now.
So, in Kingsmaker, he ends up dying. The fifth prince ends up dying because he ends up trying to sneak inside his the king's palace where he molests his little children that he buys from other people. And yeah, it's all bad. It was bad. I remember it not being okay for like I think 2 weeks straight after reading that he died. Spoilers, by the way, spoilers if you haven't read Kingsmaker yet, but Kingsmaker is up there, top notch, good BL to read. Can't wait for them to get married.
I made some rice. Good night.
HDMI not cord.
Okay, so she wants a caramel. If your stomach hurts, then go rub some tiger oil on your tummy. What is it? Oh, people are coming in. Come here. I want to see. Yep, there's people. Do you hear chew? Is it telepathy?
I made some rice.
I was hilarious. Why did I never get TikTok famous? Is it because like I didn't have the right, stuff? So this video was basically me and my roommate, like we bonded, I think hardcore because we were stuck together during COVID for like a really long time. And so I remember she hates it when she's in my TikToks, so I won't mention her name, but I absolutely love and adore my roommate so much. Love you. I hope you're watching this. If you're not, then that's okay too, because I know these are freaking long.
Hey, guess who has two thumbs and has to catch up on all the homework they didn't do over the break? Me! Hey, guess who has two thumbs and has to catch up on all the homework they didn't do over the break? Me!
Every undergrad student ever. ADHD and procrastination. Yep, that's me. Brain equal potato. Yep. My brain is a potato. Like it's literally just a heated sack of potato. That's it. It's not even a good heated stack. It's like a warm, like that warm that you don't want, like the type of warm you don't want in your food when you put it in the microwave. That is my brain. It's like that warm heated sack of potato. We've come a long way from lit discussions. I think this is just rambling in Madison's library, but we're gonna keep going because I'm funny. Okay, so in COVID phase, I got obsessed with Hunter x Hunter, especially the relationship between Kagome and Miram's. Their last Gongi game, it literally like killed me when he's slowly dying in front of her and she can't see him, and so all she does is she just holds him in his final moments, and like that's like the ending of the Chimera arc. Oh my god, I'm gonna start crying thinking about it because it was so good. It was such a good anime. It's so great. I haven't seen any other episode or any other future seasons besides that. I know there's more to the Hunter x Hunter series, but like, man, the Chimera arc got me. Like, it got me so good. Okay, let's continue. Oh.
Hello and good morning. Where I'm not naked, the towel is just nude. Welcome to Eczema TikTok. I just wanted to show you what I use every morning if I get up in the morning, and then we're gonna pop some Zyrtec at the end. So the first thing that's up is teacher oil. Last night I had a really bad itch fit, so I'm gonna put a big lather on today. So I just put just a couple drops, a little bit. And then I just rub all that in, and it's like, oh, soothing. Next is Crave or CeraVe for you normal people. Put a couple pumps of that on top of the teacher oil. Then we got our Avena no. Then we got our Avena no. Don't know how timing worked on that, but I only put this stuff on my legs. I'm running out and I really need to get more, but I'm too lazy to go get it. Then we got the hydrocortisone cream. So I only put this stuff on my face. I usually use this stuff called tremacillin cream, but I haven't gotten a refill of it, so we're using this. We just rub it in on the forehead, do it under the eyes, in the crevices, under the eye. Oh yeah, that feels good. And then I get Zyrtec because asthma. I just pop a pilly of the Zyrtec and then I'm good for the day. Hello and good morning. Where I'm not naked, the towel is just nude. Welcome to Eczema TikTok.
So this was me trying to start eczema TikTok, which I think I will. I might try to do eczema TikTok right now because my hands are pretty dry, and I'd like to show you guys that I still use Crave or CeraVe, what you normies call it. I think I might add eczema TikTok to my thought jar. Let's write it. It's going in there. It's going in the thought jar. I put eczema TikTok who? And then just let me shoot it in there real quick. Now it's in the thoughts.
TikTok. I just wanted to show you what I use every morning if I get up in the morning, and then we're gonna pop some Zyrtec at the end. So the first thing that's up is teacher oil. Last night I had a really bad itch fit, so I'm gonna put a big lather on today. So I just put just a couple drops, a little bit. And then I just rub all that in, and it's like, oh, soothing. Next is Crave or CeraVe for you normal people. Put a couple pumps of that on top of the teacher oil. Then we got our Avena no. Then we got our Avena no. Don't know how timing worked on that, but I only put this stuff on my legs. I'm running out and I really need to get more, but I'm too lazy to go get it. Then we got the hydrocortisone cream. So I only put this stuff on my face. I usually use this stuff called tremacillin cream, but I haven't gotten a refill of it, so we're using this. We just rub it in on the forehead, do it under the eyes, in the crevices, under the eye. Oh yeah, that feels good. And then I get Zyrtec because asthma. I just pop a pilly of the Zyrtec and then I'm good for the day. Hello and good morning. Where I'm not naked, the towel is just nude. It's toothbrush time. For my ladies at the back of the room, do you ever just have like an itch? Like a tit itch, you know? How do you like sneakily like scratch, you know? Like how do you do that? My toothbrush just activated my gag reflex. That was gross. But like guys do it in public like all the time. Like they'll scratch like whenever they feel like it because it's just acceptable from a guy. I don't mean to offend the gender stereotypes, but it's just a lot of white chads out there. You just itch when you feel like it. Family functions, birthdays, anywhere. You itch. But for us ladies, we gotta hide the fact that we got an itch because there's sweat and germs accumulated underneath the bra, you know?
I remember my cousin complimented me on this because I think this was also the first time. And then if you see on the top right here, I started going by Penguini at this point because penguins, and I absolutely love penguins.
Guess what time it is?
It's toothbrush time.
There's a reason why I don't do this standing comfortable. Hold on. Why is my face look soft focus? What the frick? Anyway,
So you know when you try so hard to like do something and exceed and try to like exceed. How do I say this? Do you know when you try to exceed other people's expectation and you try so hard and you try to use the resources you have and all that stuff? And all it took was just one person, one problem, one distinct thing to just ruin all the success you just tried to do and build up and all the confidence you had in yourself. It's just like, what the frick? And you get a call from your mom, and then you want to break it down and cry, and then you do break it down and cry because you haven't talked to your friend in a while because you guys are off on vacation and you just haven't talked to her, so you want to talk to her, and then she can talk to you right now. Yeah, for those who understand what I said in the last part just now, I'm not doing okay.
Guess what time it is?
Okay, but is it just me do you ever realize like that nobody's in the house and you don't realize nobody's in the house until like you just feel the presence of just nothing? Like you just feel the empty air and you know like no one's in the house. So you end up being like a fucking pig because nobody's in the house and you don't give a shit.
I don't know why I made that video. I don't know what the point of that video was, but there was a point to that video, and that video was just pointless. Like, it was literally like the opposite of a ballpoint pen, the opposite of a Sharpie. It was pointless, okay? It was not fine point, it was pointless.
Hello and good morning. Shake it, shake it. And I breathe. Start the day off with a little good puff puff, if you know what I'm saying. So today is gonna be a little bit different because I finally got the refill of my Acharamala cream. I'm so happy. And then we gonna pop a pilly of Desertec. You know what I'm saying, asthma. And then we're gonna do a little something different. I'm gonna do a machine. I'm supposed to do it every morning because I'm a lazy piece of fudge that will melt. I usually forget to do it, but not today. And then I'm gonna brush my teethers, but that's probably gonna be another video. Look out for it. I'm at the teacher oil. And I'm at the Crave, or CeraVe for all you normal people out there. What I do next is I put that teacher oil on, making it slicker than a slip and slide. And I put on the Craves. Then the coconut oil, put it on the shaved bits. The just shaved bits are my legs, you nasty. The flippin' tramasalin. And yes, I know I hit that note. On my hands, my arms, and other places that I've had itch fits, where I usually put this. I don't know what I was supposed to say here, so here's some random footage. And then we get to my eyes. I put it all over in the crevices of my eyes. And then I'm ready for the today. Oh crap, Zyrtec. Hello and good morning. Shake it, shake it.
The wobbly ass camera is for me. And then me forcing my wet hair to submit when I know for a fact it's not going to. Jeez Louise. Okay, it's midnight now and nobody is still on, and I still have a bunch of TikToks that I still want to save for next time. I don't think I have the mental capacity to read again, so I will kind of leave it here and sign off. But thank you guys for joining and thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe and help me out. Go see my FundMe and read my story, and I hope to hear from you soon. Bye.